Selly is the other substitute with David O'Leary. Otherwise, it's the same. And I suppose, Trevor Brooking, that might mean a change of role for Kevin Campbell.
I would have thought so. I mean, Alan Smith plays up there with Ian Wright. He holds the ball up very well. Will link play in perhaps a bit better than Kevin Campbell, but hasn't been amongst the goals this season. But it doesn't probably mean Kevin Campbell going wide on the right. I have seen them play before with Campbell up and three up, and it'll be interesting to see whether they start off that way. Perhaps they'll start off a bit more cautiously, but they've always got the option of pushing him up as a third striker.
Now, Sheffield Wednesday couldn't confirm their team until today. The good news was that number 2, Roland Nielsen, came through that World Cup match for Sweden last night, and he plays. The bad news, Viv Anderson injured following the knock he took on Saturday, didn't make it. So Carlton Palmer will have to play in the back four, and the only other change really, Danny Wilson comes into midfield wearing number 7, and the substitutes remain the same as in the first game.
Well, Roland Nielsen is okay. Got a knock just below the knee apparently, but it was just a kick, and he got back at 1 o'clock this morning and was jogging around the training ground and seems perfectly happy about his fitness. Danny Wilson coming in central midfield, good passer alongside Sheridan.
Roland Nielsen playing his second match in 24 hours, pumps the ball forward. Tony Adams there, Waddle sliding it inside for Hurst. Now it's Waddle again. Mark Bright's in the centre, so is John Harkes. And David Seaman makes the first catch look comfortable. Ground in the centre, and Hurst. Still Waddle. Bright comes near post. Hurst is far. Harkes says, leave it to me. Shot blocked. Worthington. Adams goes as well, but far too far ahead of all of them.
Chris Watts was just looking back, because actually when he went to go for the cross, he just lost his footing, but fortunately he wasn't under any pressure, could readjust and then called it comfortably. But a few lively tackles going in after 2 early ones from Arsenal. There were a couple, I think, of retribution from Sheffield Wednesday.
Danny Wilson here. Tries to pick his way through, comes off, then an offside flag up against Bright. Forward. And the message had gone out from the bench that they wanted the ball played over the top, and it was, and Ian Wright was nearly in. Sheridan. Harkes again. Away by Campbell. Wednesday had plenty of players forward, and in fact they're going to have to hurry back 1 or 2 of them. This is Wright. Davis to Smith. Oh, look at Merson, he's free. It's Merson for Arsenal. A great chance. Beat Palmer and put it straight at the goalkeeper.
Well, that is a great chance. Had a lot of time. Sheffield Wednesday just caught cold. Roland Nielsen coming across to try and cover, left him acres of space. Carlton Palmer did well not to bite and give a penalty away. But Paul Merson, as you'll see here, a lot of room. Always favours his right foot, so he's looking to come inside. Carlton Palmer pushes him outside, tries to get it on his right foot again and gets no power.
Hurst for Wednesday. Bright's inside him. Dixon across, good defending. Wilson. It was Alan Smith who actually provided the opening for Merson there, and here he is again, number 9, with a late challenge on the...
The main thing about the challenge is that you could see he wasn't looking at the ball and wasn't going for the ball. He just sort of jumped aimlessly towards the man, so the chances are he was going to foul him or catch him with something. And I don't think the referee is wrong there to book him, because we've had a few lively tackles, and I think at some stage he's got to show a yellow card and say, look, this has got to stop.
There were some complaints in the Arsenal camp on Saturday or after the game about an elbow or two. That one is punished by the yellow card. It's Mark Bright here.
Here you see, he looks at the man, he's not watching the ball, and he's gone up. Well, that is a blatant elbow, quite rightly a yellow card. And if he'd have seen it as clearly as we've just seen it, I think it could have been a red card.
Yes, we've got to call this a bad one. Hurst and Bright in the centre, being joined by Waddle. And by Sheridan. with Campbell, Wright's in the centre. Palmer the tackle. Still Campbell. And hooked away in the end, not by Palmer.
One or two better passing moves from Arsenal in the last few minutes. Certainly if I was them, I'd try and bring Paul Merson into the game as much as possible, remembering Roland Nielsen had 90 minutes last night for Sweden.
It's frantic though, Trevor, isn't it? It's really hectic. As you say, would have probably sent it in.
I would have thought both managers would have said shoot on sight and get crosses in quickly, because you can see how this zips off the turf. Hearts couldn't quite get there. David Seaman actually does well. I thought he was
right on the far side, into Merson. Oh, final pass astray again. Adams. Winterburn. Up goes Wright with Smith, and Worthington has to clear. Not convincingly, Merson. It's for Arsenal. And it's a goal for Arsenal. Ian Wright yet again. The 34th minute, and the man who put Arsenal in front in the first game does it again. The pass by Smith had him clear of Warhurst. Chris Woods came out, but Wright just foxed him, and Arsenal are in front.
Well, Alan Smith deserves a lot of credit. Ian Wright, I just wonder whether Chris Woods could have kept coming. He just stopped, and then it was a great little clip by Ian Wright. So good in those situations. Read it perfectly and just lifted it past Chris Woods, and it drifted into the net. But
that was Wright's 30th goal of the season. It puts him ahead of Sheringham as the top scorer among Premier League players, and also it means he scored in the first match and in the replay, something that I think away by Wilson. Adams, Dixon, Worthington's header. Dixon again. Post from the kicker. Seaman collects it in confident mood, but throws it badly. And there's a chance in for Brighton if it goes through. Danny Wilson put it back in, and what Seaman was doing with the throw, only he will know. That's Jensen.
We go now.
Jensen to Campbell. Wright's up outside him, and Warhurst is missing. He's injured. It's right for Arsenal. Campbell near post. In. Headed by Warhurst. Dixon back again, offside. Davis, and he did. Closing down right. Davis. Jensen. Merson. Forward by Winterburn. It's gone over one defender, but Roland Nielsen is there. So too here is Waddle, and now Bright starts a run, trying to get behind Adams. Waddle. Corner again. Hurst back on. And the header out this time by Winterburn. But Arsenal haven't really got the ball away at all. It's Hyde. And it's still Hyde. It comes off the back of Andy Linnigan. And here now is Jensen. Merson. Ian Wright. Misunderstanding, really. Hyde for Wednesday. Palmer. Oh, he's let that one go, and it's Campbell. No danger in the end from it. Waddle instead. Oh, he nearly put Bright through. A couple of near things. Waddle! Got a shot in there. It may have caught a defender, but it's gone in. And Wednesday are level. Chris Waddle finding space on the left. has changed the course of the cup final. 69 minutes, Hark's cross, half away by Linnigan. It came off Lee Dixon, in fact. Waddle shoots, it may have caught Dixon. It goes past Seaman, it's 1-1 again.
Well, John Hart's cross that goes across, it was an excellent ball in, just wrong-footed Lee Dixon. The first shot then just hits the heel of Lee Dixon, diverts it completely the wrong way, but the switch, Hart's on the right-hand side, getting in the cross from the position that is so much harder for a defender, and then that bit of luck that any side needs, and Chris Waddle delighted.
Definitely deflected, but it's Waddle's goal.
We can now see why George Graham was getting so irate, because Wednesday were getting back into it, and it's been costly.
Oh, so close for Mark Bright. They're coming from nowhere because Arsenal just aren't picking them up.
Well, that was an incredible miss. I mean, I know players do have opportunities and you think, well, he should have scored, he should, but look, that one is bouncing so invitingly, the middle of the goal. I mean, he's missed.
He had a hand in the goal on Saturday and again in Waddle's equaliser tonight. Ian Wright. And the noise from the Sheffield Wednesday supporters quite deafening now. Merson. Oh, comes back off Warhurst to Jensen. Blocked by Hyde, Winterburn. Little landmark. Up goes Linnigan, offside flag up on this side. Yes, this is the from this right-hand side.
Well, terrific play by John Hart's, but Mark Bright again, the first touch let him down, didn't he? He took it back into the defender.
So Ian Wright off again. Looks as though he's feeling the toe or the ankle. David O'Leary is on. Saw the ball slip from his grasp, he turned round and it was still there.
Chris Woods will be relieved, won't he? Good break by Arsenal. They had two spare men. Campbell and Merson perhaps got in each other's way initially, and Merson didn't hit it as cleanly as he would have hoped. It was straight at Woods, but skidding along, it nearly squeezed between the legs, didn't he? And he just got back behind it.
Sheridan. Hurst. Hyde well forward. Linnigan to Davis. Here comes Smith. That was Palmer.
Well done, Carlton.
Spins away from Seaman and Winterburn clears before Harks could get to it, but they haven't got it away. It's Worthington. Oh, full stretch there for Jensen. Waddle. And Worthington's onside. Hyde goes in and Arsenal scramble it clear again, but for how long? This is Nilsson. And in goes Hyde.
Sheffield Wednesday definitely finishing the stronger.
But the cross just goes harmlessly across the goal. Going on here, Hurst. Side netting. Right on the 45-minute or 90-minute mark. David and corner off Warhurst. Smith in the 6-yard box. Comes out to Jensen. Davis is in there with the header on. Tony Adams still in there. Overhead clearance and then hooked away by Bright. O'Leary. What a lovely piece of play by the veteran. Linnigan. Smith. Davis to Dixon. And we're going to have extra time in the replay. They still can't settle it. Chris Waddle. As they say, anything can still happen. Here's Merson to Jensen. Dixon. Campbell. There's Smith. free kick. It was a foul by Kevin Campbell. Well, Bright a target here. Hurst is also there. It's Waddle to take. Extra time in this cup final replay. It remains 1-1. Bright and Hurst still waiting in there. This is Harks. Hurst comes in. Oh, Sheridan joining the attack and doing well. And Sheffield Wednesday have certainly, it came back off him in fact.
He struck it very well.
Well, I'm not sure it was going in. Wood's got his fingertips to it, but it was a chance.
It was a chance, he sort of rebounded.
Sheridan. Waddle. Bright goes in. Oh, in with him. Went Adams, and it just could have touched. It might have gone in off either player.
You won't see a better cross than that. Mark Wright, I don't know whether he took his eye off it. He's having one of those nights where I don't think he would score if he was standing on the goal line.
Oh, and Mercer went behind him. Smith now. Davis. Wow, what an opportunity. Warhurst. It's still not away. Campbell. Forward by Jensen. Bright, the lone raider for Sheffield Wednesday, couldn't reach Linnigan's clearance. Palmer and Warhurst chasing back. Oh, and difficult one that, and the shot by John Jensen comes bouncing off a Sheffield Wednesday player. It's a corner. Is there time yet? In forward. Linnigan's there! It's in! It's there! Andy Linnigan has scored at the end of extra time. Indeed, it's stoppage time at the end of extra time, and Arsenal have surely won the cup. What a fantastic climax. The penalties were only seconds away, and Andy Linnigan, I should think he can believe it. He was in the reserves until Christmas. And as this corner is swung in by Merson, Linnigan gets up, and Wood's got his hands to it, but it was behind the line and in the net. Trevor.
Well, he's always looked the most dangerous man in the eye of the penalty area in the air. Out jumped Mark Bright, and the power of the header took it through Chris Wood's hands.
Well, we waited so long for it to be settled. Richie Barker and Trevor Francis devastated. Linnigan and the Arsenal fans elated. It must surely be time now. Or is there still time for Sheffield Wednesday with Bart Williams? It's come off Winterburn. But Sheffield Wednesday now have a corner. 17 and a half minutes played in this half of extra time. Cleared by John Jensen. And there it is. Arsenal have won a unique double. The FA Cup and the League Cup in the same season. Andy Linnigan's winning goal at the last possible moment before it went into a penalty shootout. And just as they did in 1979, the last time they lifted the trophy, Arsenal win it in the last minute. Linnigan, whose two twin brothers are players at Sheffield Wednesday, and whose other brother plays for Ipswich. They're quite a football family. What a hero he is now. And what it also means, of course, is that his former club, Norwich City, will go into Europe. And the man with the broken nose has won the FA Cup. Andy Linnigan, hurt in the first half, an elbow which broke his nose, and I think 2 fingers. And Chris Waddle is still without a medal in English football. Absolutely distraught. Well, what did you make of that, Mr. Brooking?
Well, it's an irony, isn't it? Andy Linnigan has never actually been able to win over those Arsenal supporters, struggled to be established in this first team. Steve Ward got injured, he's got in over the last couple of months, fully established himself and been the hero in the last minute of extra time.
Well, could you think of 2 more unlikely men to win cup finals for Arsenal? Steve Morrow in the League Cup scored his first ever goal for the club, and there he is, in fact, an appropriate picture. And then, of course, broke his elbow in the celebrations, and then along comes Andy Linnigan, who really didn't know which way his career was going at Christmas. And then he breaks his nose and scores the winning goal in virtually the last few seconds of the FA Cup final replay. And Tony Adams, George Graham's captain, who's now collected all the major prizes in domestic football. Arsenal complete a unique double, the League Cup and the FA Cup in the same season. And in their 12th FA Cup final at Wembley, a record in itself, Arsenal win the FA Cup for the 6th time. And appropriately pass it down the line. It wasn't an outstanding final, but it was a team effort. And there's the man whose header in the 122nd minute of the replay